Hi everyone, this is Bobby from bn-games.com, and we're here doing another classic capture. Today we are agonizing over a game called Fighting Force 2.
Hey, Idis, I know you don't technically exist anymore. Why the fuck did you have to do this to me?
Seriously.
Like, I bought Fighting Force and I loved every second of it.
I got a question.
On both the PS1 and 64.
Yes, and I never bought 2 because I couldn't afford it as a kid. And I come back all these years later and you fucking betrayed me? This is bullshit.
I got a question. Which is worse, this or Diddy Kong Racing?
Damn, that's close. That's hard.
You know what? I will be honest. I will settle this now. To me, because this is a personal attack on a series that I loved as a kid.
So I think I should explain. By the way, I cut the intro out because it's like 2 minutes of really bad voice acting. Fighting Force 1 was a brawler. It was in the realm of Streets of Rage. And
it was Final Fight 4.
Final Fight.
It was Final Fight 4.
Also, we don't condone steroids. That's another reason why we cut out the intro.
Yeah, that's true.
I just had to throw that in there.
I should. Okay, so like I said, it was brawler. You ran around with your friend. On the 64, a little more. I think it was 3. You could have 3 people, but on the PS1, it was 2 people. I mean, you always had somebody, and it was a brawler. You went around fighting ninjas and dudes in black suits
and punching soda machines and then drinking the soda that came out.
That's true.
This is crap.
Yes.
This is utter crap. So, you know one problem that this game has?
This is also Marco playing?
Yeah, this is also
exists.
Well, besides that it exists, you know it's kind of funny thinking back. Usually having a fixed camera is a bad thing, right?
Yep.
It's the complete opposite with this game. They added a floating camera that you can control. It's horrible.
It doesn't help that you only have one analog.
Yes, well,
that's exactly why. That was what I mean.
Yes, but it doesn't work for this game.
And there you go, hanging.
Yeah.
The game's a very dark game as well, colors-wise. I mean,
it also doesn't tell you where to go very clearly.
Yeah.
It very clearly, it doesn't tell you at all.
Yeah.
I was like, let me put
this. No waypoint. There's no map.
Why is it this opening?
I like how a lot of things are destructible, but it's like for no reason.
Yeah, just destructible for the fuck of it.
I mean, I could see that, get health from that, but...
So, no electrical boxes give you health when you punch them.
Frank Grimes didn't die.
Wow. So, this is basically a cyberpunk Fighting Force wannabe. Basically, the dudes that
I was like, oh, hey, cool. That's how you were supposed to open it. Thanks for telling me.
Just by walking.
And then we have Magneto here.
This is kind of a early predecessor to Oni on the PS2.
That actually looks and plays a lot like Oni, although Oni was a better game.
Yes. Thank you, Bungie.
And I don't like Oni at all, but it was a better game. So the dudes at IDOS are like, you know what? We want to do another Fighting Force, and we got some money, and we're IDOS. We haven't fucked up with Kane Lynch yet, and Square Enix hasn't bought us, and I don't think Hitman was like still some time away. So we're like, we need to do another Fighting Force, and we like space, but we can't really go to space here because. Like, it's supposed to be a brawler.
IDOS?
Yeah, it's an IDOS. So, how about we, make it, I don't know, Ghost in the Shell, but not...
Don't disgrace it.
No. There's a lot of Ghost in the Shell-esque kind of things going on here. Although, you know what? Let's be fair. A lot of games had this semi-futuristic space thing going for them.
Yeah, at the time.
During the time.
That's another thing I have to also say.
God, this game is dark.
Yes.
That's another thing.
I turned up the brightness, and it's just starting to look grainy at this point. Oh, remember that point? He was just looking at you? You were just standing there like, are you going to attack me? No, I'm red.
That sucks that didn't capture. I could see that just fine on TV.
You know what? One of the other things about the intro that just shows that they took ideas from everyone else is that he's sitting in this kind of device, right? And it's basically the dive device from Ghost in the Shell mixed with the dive device from the Matrix because it's got that thing that goes in his neck.
Yep.
Yeah. There was a lot.
It was basically a blatant ripoff.
A lot of Matrix in the screen stuff.
And when you shoot electronics, they blow up in a blue fire. Get that right.
Blue fire.
Blue fire.
And they're all CRTs in the future.
Yep.
Notice that?
Yep. This is very futuristic.
No one knew about
No flat panels, no biometric.
no glass panel.
Yeah, no Gorilla Glass, nothing.
These
Nothing that would resemble an iPad on any level. It's all
Nothing like that.
it's all CRTs.
You want to know why Minority Report hadn't come out?
Shit.
Tom Cruise hadn't ruined the
That
future yet. Is
changed
what you're telling me?
Exactly.
So, and there's axes in this futuristic place for some reason. I just thought about that. Why is there a fucking axe?
Because
It's not even
if they need to
it's not
destroy
even
their CRTs,
It's not even a power axe either.
Yeah, it's just like a fucking tomahawk. It's basically you're running.
Whoever designed this building just was antiquing and like, hey, look at this.
And then the guy disappeared. And yeah,
You get
it's a terrible
it
game.
out of
If you
nowhere.
can't tell, we don't like this at all. And
No.
if you ever played the first Fighting Force, which by the way
the
we did,
first Fighting Force
we did a
is
classic capture for.
excellent.
Yeah, we did a classic capture for it. Go watch that. Go watch a good version.
Admittedly, this does look a little bit better graphically.
Visually. Yeah.
Okay,
Visually, it looks better. Yes, because it was 2 years later. It was on better hardware. But this game is crap.
Okay, I gotta say this though. You shot everything in that room but the safe.
Yep.
And you didn't even know it was a safe. That's the problem.
I knew it was a safe. I just
Oh, really?
yes. When I saw it, I knew it was a wall safe.
And here's my favorite part of the last game. You could punch these soda machines, and you could pick up the soda and drink. You can't do that shit here anymore. And don't you tell me it wasn't because I had full health. Look at my health. I just got hit.
You couldn't grab it for nothing. And if you can, no, because you get the health. That gives you the health pack.
That might be
after.
why. But still,
you got hit.
You
but
can
it's, like,
you
so
can get them in the
minimal.
last game.
You couldn't physically pick it up and watch them drink it.
That
Yeah,
bothered me.
It was like Coke said, "No, we're not gonna let you do this after all."
And then you got to get this microchip, and then it's like what, where, and there's no map.
There's no clear indication of what the hell they want you to do.
This
The
is-
last one was kill these guys, walk through the door. Kill these guys, walk through the door. It was great.
And punching photocopiers gives you submachine gun.
To my knowledge as well, they also took out his special power.
The special attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that made them unique. Each of the fighters, you had 4 brawlers in the previous game, which, if you can't tell by this point, we like a lot more. I think we've said that a few times.
Yep.
They had 4 special abilities. Each one had their own, and they were unique. And they would take a chunk of your health, and you would be able to do them in situations where you were surrounded. They took that function out and added first-person shooting.
That only he doesn't. He only does kill shots. That's
Yep.
another thing.
The weapon selection reticule is very Metal Gear Solid-esque also.
And not even in a good way.
Yep, not in a good way. And it make the little noise and make the click sound when you get the gun. Nothing. So he's doing a lot of running around because there's no clear direction.
Doesn't say get the key card.
So this game will go for
Too much.
Anything is
Too much.
If someone gives it to you for free, it's still too much.
If you're a collector, I mean, I understand you'll want it for
No, that's
collection
still too
purposes, but no. Just when someone asks you, "Hey, you're missing Fighting Force," you tell them, "Fighting what?
Fighting
You mean
Force
Fighting
2.
Force 1? Yeah, I have that game." And then they'll tell you, "No, Fighting Force 2, the sequel." And then you'll say, "That game had no sequel." And that's it. That's what it's gonna stay at.
And then you suffocate them so they never mention it again.
Yes, and nobody will ever know. And you'll explain it to the cops, and they'll be okay with it because they'll be like, "Oh fuck, Fighting Force 2, I hated that shit."
This is the worst safe in the world. It can be punched.
By the way, keep in mind, it gives me, from what I can see, and from what we can gather, we might be wrong, but it looks like it gave me 2 key cards.
Yep.
This will be very important at the later part, and I'll
Yeah.
make a note of it there when we get there.
I also like how the safe barfs up papers on you.
That was
it was trying to give you a paper cut.
This guy went down in 2 hits.
Yeah,
2
it's
hits.
like Mr. Super Juggernaut. Oh, just, you must have punched him in the balls or something.
So to continue what I was saying about price wise, the game goes for approximately $5 to $10 depending on the version because it came out on a couple platforms. The Dreamcast version is the most expensive version because it is visually the least appalling. Yeah, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that term.
Just keep it there.
Let's leave it at that. Because it was on the PlayStation and I believe the N64. I'm pretty sure it was an N64. I know there was a PS1 version.
There was an N64 version.
There was,
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
pretty sure
we've
about that. And it was, God, they're all terrible. You know what? I kind of thought of what it reminds me of. Although this is because this is later, and I don't know if it's around the same time frame. But I kind of thought it reminded me of Perfect Dark as well, or at least the tone.
In the way they move,
the tone,
or the overall feel and color.
color, tone.
Yeah. I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I might have been able to stop the Crusher thing with those shoulders.
That would be really stupid if I had to do that.
It's
If
bad,
I had to waste bullets to stop it when I could just run through it, that would be really stupid. But I wouldn't put it past this game anymore. So yeah, that's probably it.
I will say this: you kind of were, when you punched the barrels. How did you not expect them to not blow up?
I think he was just fed up at this point.
Yeah, I was like, well, is this what they fucking expect me to do? I
When
wouldn't
he tries
put
to
it
run
past
through
them.
and still gets hit.
I like how the,
I like how he
the
runs into that 3
non-spinning
times.
the non-spinning blade. At this point, like Marco
He was
wanted to
trying
kill
to kill
himself, and I was like,
himself.
"No, Marco, just
Finish the level.
just try to finish the level." And then
And then we have this little beautiful situation where, hey, this ladder doesn't want to take.
and you have to like hit the action button in just the right place.
You hit the action button and walk up at the same time, might add. So it's not just like you hit it and it grabs on. Nope, you got to do the whole thing. And then we get up here, and that for some reason didn't have a fire hose, which I don't think is very safe in the future.
This red guy takes more hits than that big fucking juggernaut motherfucker.
Yeah.
I also got to like this. This is where Marco finds out you don't need to hit every single panel
Oh yeah,
on the door.
that was a beautiful part.
It's like, Oh, wait, no. This is actually
No,
good stuff.
No,
this
that was a little
is
before.
the part where it's asking me for a blue key card. Now, Bobby, what's that down there in the bottom right?
It looks like a blue key card.
That
to me.
looks like a blue key card, doesn't it?
Yes.
Fuck this game.
And you're probably asking, well, why don't you just select it? We tried.
Yeah.
Couldn't
I went
figure
through
it
my
out.
inventory. In fact, you
Right,
can see
at this-
it here.
at this point
Yeah,
right
at
here,
this
we're-
point,
we're looking
trying
around.
to figure it out. Well,
I had the
how do
instruction
select
manual
it?
right next to me, like which button, what do you select? He's hitting all the buttons. That's why he's going like all ape shit. And yeah, it's. And at this point, Marco's like, you know what, fuck this. I'm tired of this. And he's just sick of it.
This is funny.
And at any second now.
He just jumps to his death.
It's
Oh, the grenade! He threw the grenade first, which
yeah. I
was
was like,
pitiful,
oh,
by the way.
what's
I
this?
was like, oh, no, I'm going to die.
It was pitiful.
Pop.
Pitiful. Okay.
It's like, oh.
It sounded like
There it is, done.
There, I put him out of his misery.
And this game.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. This was a classic capture for Fighting Force 2 on the Sega Dreamcast. Do not buy it. It is not worth your time. Please
See,
subscribe
here- no, don't continue. Game over. Done. This
And-
game doesn't exist.
and let us know what you think. Thank you.
Space camels.